Hello, this is Jennifer with another technology training video. This is going to be very brief, and I'm just going to go over a few tools about making comics in your classroom. I'm going to show you a few websites so that you are able to connect this with literacy and be able to increase student engagement and have another tool for assessment or expression in your classroom. I'm going to share this PowerPoint with you, but this is a really neat video about connecting literacy and comics in the classroom. And it's just another person's perspective about how comics bring other aspects to reading and help engage those struggling readers. So I already mentioned a few of these, but this also brings up another genre in our classroom, and it provides more choice and make some new connections for students, especially reluctant readers. I've noticed that bringing in comics and graphic novels is great for them, and this is a way that they get to make their own. So like I said, this is going to be brief, and I'm just going to take you over to this two different websites. I'm going to spend more time on Make Beliefs Comics. There are a few ways that they encourage you to use this in your classroom. You'll see this is the first link on that PowerPoint there. Just really a variety of social skills, there's a lesson planning section that goes on in detail about what you can do as well. You can use it as writing prompts. Dialogue is a big thing that a lot of teachers like to use this for, and I've used it for that as well. But if I'm going to go create a comic, this is what you need to know. We're going to come up to this main home page here. I'm going to go to Enter. And from here, I'll get to create whatever I would like on here. I can change my panel size. If I want a longer comic or a shorter comic. I can change the characters by clicking on them here. Maybe I want that guy to look a little different. If I want him to go in my comic strip, I'm highlighted on this block, so he's going to go in there. I can move him around because I'm clicked on the move section. I can make him smaller by clicking the scale and then clicking on him, or I can make him much bigger. I can have multiple characters in there at a time. So if I scroll here, I'll see a lot more. Whatever box I'm clicked on is where those items are going to go. I can change the background. I can add some fun bubbles here. Some items. I can really make it my own. And what really brings these comics to life is the talk balloons. So by adding these talking balloons, I can then make my characters bring in dialogue, and I can add that creative writing piece to it. So just by clicking on there, I can change what I'd like it to say. I can have larger talk balloons, smaller ones. I move them around just by clicking and dragging. This balloon is a little big for this piece, but you get the picture. I can change it however I'd like. If I want to get rid of something, I simply click on it and click the delete button. I click delete and then click on the image or piece I'd like to erase. I can add these writing prompts to the panels. I can make my own panel. It will give me one to type my own. So if I put this on here, I can then type in here. I can change the background color if I just want to have a color there. And if I already started and I want to make it smaller, I just have to click that size. Now if I'm all done, I can go up here to print an email. So if I'm connected to a printer, that's easy. I would just click print. I can send this to my teacher by adding an email. Maybe I feel like I need to go back and edit it. I noticed maybe I made an error. I can go back and edit. This is going to send it to me and then also to my teacher. I can save this to my computer and attach it as a file in an email if I'd like to do it that way. It's just another option. Definitely a great tool to use in the classroom, and it's a fun way for students to get involved in writing as well as reading and using creativity. The other option I have on here is through Rewrite Think, and this one has some other options on it. The Make Beliefs comics is definitely my favorite. They have some options on there for different languages and works nice for ELL students and individuals who are picking up the English language. But if I go over here and I click on this link and I go to the Rewrite Think comic builder, it gives me a prompt right away, and then I have to type in some information to get started. So I have to tell them what the name of my cartoon is. I can add more information. I'm then gonna decide how big I want it to be. This is how I get back and forth from my panels. I can add people by clicking on the people image. To add them in there, I have to click and drag. My balloons obviously give me my text bubbles or my thought bubbles. I can add appliances. I can add items in here. I can change different backgrounds. This one just isn't as colorful as Make Believe's comics, but it still has a lot of features. What I want to show you on here though is how to print it, because this is going to be a little bit more difficult on our printing here in Alco. I'm going to hit print, and not all of our students are hooked up to a printer, so this is why I'm showing you this way. I'm going to hit print and then open in a PDF preview, and this is going to allow me to then, let me make sure that this is showing my screen. It's then going to allow me to click File on the top, Save, and I'm going to save it to my computer, and then I can share it with my teacher or my other students that I'm working with, my peers, and that's how I would do that, to share that as an assessment piece. Because as we know, our Chromebooks aren't all connected to the printer, and only some teacher computers are in certain classrooms. So that is how I would share that in order to get it to a teacher for assessment or share it with friends. Like I said, those are just two options. There are plenty more out there. Those are just two that I found to be the most easily accessible and user-friendly. Here are some other resources you can use. This language option is great. The printables, there's tons of printables on MakeBeliefsComics.com, and also the lesson plans are handy. They range from using in the lower elementary all the way up through high school. So there's really something for everybody on there. And then, of course, I encourage you to explore, get used to it. Don't just expect to be an expert right away. Check out YouTube if you're looking for other options, or contact me. My email is here, or I have a lot of other things I post about comics or other tools in the classroom on Twitter. So check it out, and as always, if you have questions, get a hold of me. Enjoy!